Hey, thanks. Needless to say, I worked really hard to get all this into just a few short slides. So I had to, it's a vast topic, and I had to work hard to cram it into such a short talk. So it is all Greek to me, and it is a guide to grammar English. Now this is based on my own experiences watching people talk. You might think it would be better to have listened to them talk, and so there may be some things that I've gleaned on the way that are incorrect. Mostly what I think is that when you're talking about language, what's important, it's not so much about the words, but it's just about the gist, the subtext, what's behind the words. In this case, what's behind the words is a sort of blue, fuzzy thing. So if someone's talking and what's behind them is a blue fuzzy thing, you've got to figure there's a reason for that, and think about what that means. In this case, it means that the person speaking to you is Greek. Now, here we go. Of course, the apostrophe, as many know, it is the mightiest of punctuations. If you see someone coming at you with an apostrophe, hide, because first of all, it's very pointy. And so it can be used as a weapon. And also, as you know, its function is to contract. So it'll literally take the middle out of you and make you shorter. And that's the kind of thing you want to do. That's the thing you want to do. Also, of course, thieves use it because it creates possession. All they do is just put it after their own name, take your stuff, and bang, it is the thieves. If there's more thieves, of course, it'll be right at the end of the gang. But so be aware of the apostrophe. And then once again, the kind of apostrophe here, the colorful 3D apostrophe. Needless to say, you should avoid run-on sentences at all costs. Now it's tricky because, of course, of their run-on nature. They're moving very quickly. So the only thing that you can really do is to get into perhaps a drive-on sentence or even a high-speed paragraph, which will allow you to escape the run-on sentence. Now often they start off very, very quickly, but by the end they grow tired, and you can actually see it here that toward even just this short. Is this a sentence? No, it's just a verb phrase. That by the end of it, you can see, oh, it's the purple is sort of getting a little reddish and stuff like that. By the time that sentence is done, you could even just text faster than that. And of course, now the semicolon, of course, often it calls ourselves our friend, comma, the semicolon. The fact that it uses a comma and a period, even in that, there's no use for the semicolon, should give you an insight into its nature. It has no use. Even here, there's no use for it. Our friend semicolon, the semicolon? No, you wouldn't understand it. So basically, the semicolon, it's a piece of punctuation that can't decide what it is. Is it a period? Is it a comma? Is it an octothorpe? It doesn't know. It's like if all those things just smashed into each other. It always tries to cool itself up with the word art, but it doesn't work. Finally, subject-verb agreement. As you know, it's vastly important that all the parts of speech be forced to agree. Even just a tiny bit of disagreement within your sentence can lead to terrible problems. You don't want the subject and verb fighting all night, screaming, throwing things at each other. It can be terrible. In this case, for example, sore thumb. Now that's awesome because neither of those is a verb, which makes it easy. So that's great. So you take a sentence like this: welcome to the PowerPoint presentation on subject-verb agreement, the. Now that's beautiful. That is a sentence without a subject-verb agreement problem because it simply has no verb whatsoever. And usually it's the subject that's right, whereas the verb is full of shit. So here are some spelling rules. A lot of people ask me, Misha, what's an easy way that I can remember how to spell the word I before kes sepet after? And actually, it's really easy. It's actually really easy because all you do is you just think a simple mnemonic. You just think I before E except after C. And then if you write it, it actually just spells the whole word I before except after. And then people also ask me, Misha, is there something even more powerful than a 3-dot ellipsis? And I say, yes, there is, my friend, the 4-dot ellipsis. Now that's very rare. And I don't know if you can see, but now this is interesting. I don't know if you can see, but one of the things that's so powerful about the 4-dot ellipsis is you can actually see some of the dots are now just continuing to scatter across the slide. So the 4-dot ellipsis means that the sentence actually continues and just like careens through the room. Whatever thought you had before, it's still continuing. You'll be going home and like there'll just be an etc. list going on and on and on. Oh, and of course letters. Some of them are capital. It's not even grammar, it's spelling. Jesus. I don't know, I was drunk when I put this slide in. I'm sorry. I'd like to apologize to everybody for this. Oh, and of course, the question mark indicates questions.
All right, any questions for the Gillette razor of ellipses over here?
What's that? Sorry? Oh, a compound verb is a verb where you take a verb and then you compound it, so you make it smaller. So if you take a verb like to question, the compound verb would just be like kun. You actually squish the verb down, and it has just as much verbosness, but in a denser thing. So you can verb more in less verb.
And I can't believe you didn't know that.